All right, lesson 47. God is the strength in which I trust. How about this? God is the cookie in which I trust. I mean, if you can't trust your own cookies, what can you trust in life? Or maybe like you're just like, I don't know how I feel about God, but I could probably trust a cookie. All right, so that was for you. All right, so God is the strength in which I trust. Lesson 47. Here's the problem. You want to try to trust in your own strength, but you're a weakling. Hey man, that's what Jesus said. And that's why you're anxious and fearful and apprehensive, because you know you're a weakling. Well, they called it frail, but whatever. You need to put your faith in God, the ultimate strength. And then you can be all like, yeehaw, little doggy, I can handle everything because God is the strength in which I trust. So it's a good lesson. We're going to try to slip past all concerns related to our own sense of inadequacy. So when we're feeling like we're not up to the job, if we're feeling anxious, if we're feeling apprehensive, fear, that's because you have your awareness of your own inadequacies. So obviously, or else you would not feel the way you do, but you do feel so that's your inadequacy. So we want to trust in the strength of God, and then we will know that whatever we want to do, we're going to be successful in all things. And that's like the type of confidence that you want. Not that egoic, I'll do it myself. That shit don't ever work. But putting your strength in God does. The recognition of your own frailty is a necessary step in the correction of your errors, but it is hardly a sufficient one in giving you the confidence with which you need, to which you are entitled. So we're just saying, yeah, you're a frail little weakling, but we just wanted to correct your errors. Now we want you to step into like real confidence, the confidence of love, of God, of all of that. So there might be screaming from the other room, but hey, gamers are gonna game, okay? And we'll just have to deal with it. So Jesus said today that they are happy. He sometimes talks as a collective, because he feels like, he's got a whole team of Jesus Christ consciousness, and he does. He said, we are happy over here on the other side of the veil. We are happy to see transformation. This brings joy to the other side of the veil when us humans, start to finally make some moves over here. So he was saying it is your choice to follow God and be with God. Of course, I don't know what the heck was going on with me this morning. You choose, it's your choice, you chose. When you choose God, and when you chose God, and when it's your choice to choose God. I know, right? Sadie, please. Anyways, there is a point. This tells your mind and body to stay in the present. So part of this anxiety, this overwhelmment, this apprehension, this fearfulness, it's when we start planning the future, because then that means that we're in the ego mind. If we can tell our mind and our body listen to us, it does what we tell it. So if we can tell our mind, and then our body will follow, that we choose to be with God, it's our choice to stay in the present, then we will just kind of relax into that feeling, knowing that we are in safe hands. We are guided, we are loved, and we will be shown what we need to do. So Jesus was basically just taking a little bit of time today, like yeah, it's weird for you not to be planning your future all the damn time. That's what society wants. That's what the ego wants. But it's not how you want to feel. And there is another choice. You can choose differently, and you'll be in safe hands, and you'll definitely be guided, and you'll certainly be loved, and you most absolutely will be shown what you need to do when you need to do it. But yeah, that does take quite a bit of faith, and yeah, lesson 47, trust. So pathways of light, I'm just going to go, this is going to take us all over the trusting in God and the strength of God. And can you say confidently, maybe you're not ready to say I trust in God, but I feel like there's other ways around that. Like I trust love. I trust in love. I allow love to guide me. There is nothing to fear. I trust in God. I trust love. God is love, right? Let's get this in our minds. Love's strength is ours. The strength of God is in us because God is in our mind. God is in my mind, so the strength of God is in my mind. Love's strength is mine. And I'll share with you. So yeah, love's strength is ours. The strength of God is in us because God is in our mind. Love's strength is ours. There is nothing to fear. I allow love to guide me. I trust in God because, baby, I trust love. Yeah, baby. Get down, baby. Let go of all the trivial things, baby, that churn and bubble on the surface of your mind. This is just such a relief. It really is. This lesson 47. And then let that churning and bubbling go and reach down deep. Guess where we're going? The kingdom of heaven. What's up? It says reach down and below those trivial things that churn and bubble on the surface of your mind, because underneath it, reach down and below to the kingdom of heaven. That's what it says, man. Apparently it's inside of y'all. All right, there is a place in you where there is perfect peace. There is a place in you where nothing is impossible. There is a place in you where the strength of God abides. All right, let's have some quiet time. Let's do some Pathways of Light. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 47, Insights. God is a strength in which I trust. Remembering that God is a strength in which I trust is the same as putting my trust in reality instead of illusions. Illusions are unstable and constantly change. God is eternal and changeless. Placing my trust in a world of illusions is like placing my trust in quicksand. It will always fail. God is the only place of real trust. Only God is invulnerable. Only God can be relied upon in every situation. We all have our foundation in God. God is the tree of real, everlasting life. Trusting in anything but God is just a silly idea. God, I hand over every concern to you. Only in you is there true meaning. Returning to love is my one function. Extending love is my only joy. This is my strength. This is my security. This is where my true happiness lies. I cannot do anything on my own, for on my own I am nothing. God is the strength in which I trust. This lesson speaks to us as we perceive ourselves in this world as separate, alone, weak, and with every reason to be apprehensive and fearful because we trust in the strength of this limited self. But if we look at the lesson as a whole, it is clear that Jesus does not see this as the truth about us. The strength of God is in us because God is in our mind, as we learned in an earlier lesson. The peace of God is there to be found in us because God is in our mind. It is only our belief in a false image of ourselves as alone and separate from God that leads us to feel weak, apprehensive, fearful, and out of control. It is this false image that leads us to feel we must defend ourselves. Remembering that God is in our mind can help us remember that God's strength is ours. Love's strength is ours. If only love is real, which the Course tells us in the introduction to the text, then harm is impossible. There can be nothing to fear. There is another aspect of this lesson that is very important to me. Not only does it assure me that I can trust in the strength of love, but it assures me that I can rely on this love to guide me in every aspect of my doing. It is another way of assuring me that I am never alone. I have everything I need to safely and lovingly move through every situation harmlessly and in perfect peace. I need only place my trust in love, in God. Love is the strength in which I trust. My son was expressing to me the uncertainty he feels about everything in life. There seems always to be more than one way to judge everything, and how do you know what to believe and what is the best way to act on it? He said that he can't feel certain about anything and that he realizes he doesn't know anything. He was feeling like he was standing over an abyss with no bridge, no net under him. I congratulated him on reaching a truth at age 17 most people don't reach for many years in their life, if ever. I assured him the answers were there in him, and that realizing his ego didn't have the answers made it possible to get there. Today's lesson was a great place to continue our conversation. I find it a great relief to be able to let go of any residual in my belief that I have the answers and that I can successfully act on my own. It is a comfort to know that I don't have to and that I have the strength of God within me. I am not left to flounder on my own, but have certain direction that I can't lose because it is in me. pathwaysoflight.org. So if in our day we're having any type of disturbance, then we say, God is the strength in which I trust, because peace is my right. And even if the waters get a little turbulent and the disturbances bubble up, we need to remember that peace is our right, and we are giving our trust to the strength of God. So anytime you need it today, just repeat, God is the strength in which I trust. Okay, and just let that illusion of weakness go. But that illusion of weakness is going to feel very real if you're counting on your ego to figure things out. If you're counting on you coming up with the solution. I mean, that's our problem. I know that's my problem. I can't think about anything really. I get so overwhelmed so easy when I'm trying to find solutions that I cannot see with my ego mind. Yeah. So thank God, thank God that I have access to higher mind that can see all possibilities. So anyways, that's it. Is there anything else I want to say? Not really, but God is your safety in every circumstance. Yeah, his strength, his protection. And here's how we'll end. There are no exceptions. See, God can tell you exactly what to do in every single situation. There are no exceptions because God has no exceptions. God is in all things. So, dang, we really have the inside hookup, don't we? All right, so anyways, if you've invested fear into anything in your life, dismiss each one, each thought, each circumstance, anywhere where you're putting fear, weakness, anxiety, apprehension, fear. Stop investing in fear. But if you did, let's dismiss each one by telling ourselves, God is the strength in which I trust. God is the strength in which I trust. And then we're just going to slip right past all concerns of our own sense of inadequacy.